Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new playthrough. This is Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek and on YouTube and all those other fun places. And first I want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you taking the time to check out my videos and enjoy our gaming time together virtually. So thank you for that. But I was getting ready to play something else. I had Archives, as you know, in my last playthrough, Archives. I was thinking about doing another scenario. I had some other things that I've got that I wanted to put on the board. And then I realized it was already the 6th of October. And so I said, well, it's time to break out the scary Halloween games. And of course, as is a tradition on the channel, over the last, by the way, 10 years, been doing this almost 10 years on the channel. And again, I'm not looking for fame or fortune or glory. I have a 7,000 subscribers, which is fine with me. I'm not like trying to make money. I run YouTube ads to maybe pay for a couple things on the channel, but that's about it. However, I don't know how many people are going to want to see another playthrough of A Touch of Evil. I think quite a few, but it's tradition. So we're going to play a playthrough of A Touch of Evil. Now, we are going to use some different characters. I randomly drew characters. I did draw one that we have played with before, and that was, and you'll see that in a minute. I am also only going to be playing with two of the boards. I'm going to be playing with Shadowbrook, the 10th Anniversary Edition board, and not that that changes anything, but just says 10th Anniversary on it. It has the cool corner location miniatures, which I wish they'd do for the other boards, and the Echo Lake board. I'm not going to be playing with Tidewater because it just doesn't make any sense based on the villain we're playing against, and it keeps the scope of the game a little bit smaller, which I like. Now, this is not going to be a rules overview. If you go back into my playlist, I have dozens already of videos, maybe, I don't know how many, I haven't counted them. Many, many videos of A Touch of Evil, and the first ones, even though they were old and probably should be redone, were instructional. So, and then, of course, old rules, things have changed a bit. That's okay. And we will be playing this cooperative, right? So that way I can play it by myself, it'll make sense. And the other reason for not using Tidewater is it also limits the amount of elders in the game, which I think will keep the game going a little bit faster. And so while I do have the Tidewater cards and the trays and everything, we won't be using them. All right, now, what are we playing against? Well, let's start with our villain. Our villain is different. This is going to be very interesting. I haven't played against this villain before, but I do have it, and so I'm going to play with it. Also, there's a bunch of card expansions. I don't remember which ones I've included in there, but I'm sure we'll see them as they come out. But we're going to be playing against the Shadow Witch, the ghost of Elaine Bartlett. And there's a story here. We can read it. I'm going to put it on the screen for you. We're just going to read this real quick. It was almost a year ago to the day that the witch Elaine Bartlett was hanged until dead in front of the town hall of Shadowbrook for her crimes against nature. The whole community came out to see the event that would bring an end to the long years of winter and hardship they had suffered. Standing noose around neck, she continued to plead her innocence through sobbing tears and faithful through sobbing. You know what? Just read it. I like to read the things, but the text is so small. I have to look over the camera to see it. It's incredibly little text. Anyway. We'll start off. Standing noose around neck, she continued to plead her innocence through sobbing tears. Her faithful cat, Solomon, circling between the legs of the onlooking crowd. Then, with a stony resolve, at once she was calm. With fire in her eyes, she cackled, "You have not seen the last of me 4 seasons hence, and on All Hallows Eve I shall return and plunge the town into darkness, such as the world has never seen. You will all die." And with that, the rope dropped, and Elaine Bartlett was no more. A year has passed since the day, and a new shadow has fallen on the land. Townsfolk have gone missing, and livestock has been found dead. Even the sinister cat Solomon can be seen, still wandering the streets of the countryside looking for her lost master, or his lost master. Rumors abound that the witch has returned, and that even amongst the elders in the town lies a conspiracy to cover up the true facts of Elaine Bartlett's witchcraft and madness in life. That even before her execution, she had followers, those who now work hard within the shadows to see her awful return. For the Shadow Witch is coming, and she will have her revenge. That is the story of the Shadow Witch, and that's who we're going to be fighting against in this scenario. And again, I haven't played against her. She's got some really interesting things. She's got this ability, Revenge. It says, accused of witchcraft and hanged for her crimes, the vengeful spirit of Elaine Bartlett has returned on All Hallows Eve with a growing strength born of magic and hate. The villain gains +1 combat for every mystery that currently remains in play. So mystery cards will come out. Some of them will remain in play. We're going to have to get rid of those. It makes her stronger to have those out. She is a specter. The Shadow Witch gains +1 combat against any hero with less than 4 spirit. You know, this is a trend, and I have a lot of people with 3 and 4 spirit, but two of our characters have 2, so we're going to have to solve for that, which means probably one of the first things they'll do is go collect spirit, or enhance their spirit. The Witch's Lair. The Shadow Witch gains +6 combat while in a showdown. Her combat's only 4, so that's not like awful. It's pretty bad. I don't know, but she won't have that when she's not in her lair, so that's not so bad. On the trail of evil, the heroes must retrace the events of the past to find clues that will help them to defeat the witch. At the start of the game, each hero draws a free lair card. After encountering a space, if the hero has a lair card for that space, they may reveal and discard it, paying investigation cost showing the card to buy a clue marker. These clue markers can be anything. We're going to use something, I'm not sure what, but we'll find something that we'll use as clue markers. Not a big deal. But they can be anything. And the Shadow Witch's combat is reduced during the showdown based on the number of clue markers a character has. So if we have 3 clue markers, -6. 3 is really seems like to be the optimal value. For every clue marker over 3, okay, well that's even better. The Witch has an additional -1 combat. Layer cards may also be used to start a showdown as normal, but instead of paying the cost listed on the card, the hero must pay the cost listed on the current stage of the Shadow Track. So the Shadow Track obviously starts with a layer cost of 1, but we're not going to be trying to take on the ghost in the very first layer. So in the very first couple of rounds, so probably cost 3 or 8 to uncover that. The guilty shall pay. Anytime a mystery card Murder is played, roll a d6. Any town elder with honor equal to or less than the roll gains a transformation marker. Anytime a town elder has a transformation marker equal to or greater than their spirit, they are immediately killed and removed from the game. Place the Shadow Spectre in a random space on the board. The Shadow Spectre is this creature here. It's an enemy that comes out. Then there's Solomon. Elaine's pet wanders Shadowbrook, spreading misinformation wherever he goes. At the start of the game, place a familiar cat token Solomon in a random location. We did. The Solomon is currently at the church in the middle of the town center. In the same space as Solomon, any character there's -1 fight dice. At the start of each mystery phase, draw a random location and move Solomon along the shortest path to that location. Solomon's movement is a d6, I think, right? Also, if we're in the space with them, this stuff happens. It could be good or bad. Typically, it's bad. Any hero crossed by Solomon's path must pass a Cunning 5 test, gaining 1 investigation for every 5 rolled. If they failed, the hero must roll once on Solomon's chart. And that's this chart here. There's some clarifications in FAQs. We'll get to them as we go. This is going to be one of those villains we're going to have to pay particularly careful attention to when we're resolving, because there's some things that are going to happen that are outside. I would say really quite a departure from the normal rules, but she looks like a lot of fun to me. I'm actually very excited to play against this villain and see how it rolls out. That being said, we're going to take a quick look at our heroes, and then we'll get on with it. So first up, we're going to have Sarah the Bright Witch. I've got her up on screen for you now. You can see she's a female. She's magic. That's wonderful. Her honor is 4. That's pretty good. She's got 3 health, which is normal. That's 3 hits are normal for the character. She's got a spirit of 4. That's great in this scenario. 2 cunning and 3 combat. Her abilities are strength of light. She gains 2 investigation at the start of each of her hero turns or showdown fight rounds, but loses 1 investigation each time the shadow track moves. We'll talk about that later, or you'll see it later. We're not going to go over too many of the rules. Aura of Protection may pay 2 investigation at any time to prevent a wound to any town elder or hero, including herself, on the d6 of 3+, limit once per wound. So that's not too bad. So she still has to roll for it. It's not a given, but she can heal. That's not a bad thing. And then she's a witch. She may not use guns. She gains +2 fight dice against magic, demons, or construct enemies. Now, the witch is not either one of those, I don't think. She might have the magic keyword. She does have the magic keyword, so that will apply. Okay, next up we have Captain Hawkins. I haven't played with him before, but because he has that smug, weird, noble, arrogant look on his face, and I don't like it. But anyway, he's got an honor of 4. He is a male military character. Spirit of 2, cunning 3, combat 3, 3 health. Oh, they also have a little saying, like for Sarah the Bright Witch, it's embrace the light. But anyway, going back to Captain Hawkins, he has call to arms as an action. May pay 2 investigation to place 1 militia in a space on the board, limit 1 per space. This may only be used if there are currently 4 or few militia markers on the board. So he can't just stock up. There's a lot of militia markers, but that's okay. And militia help us fight. That's cool. And they give us an extra health. Field command, during his move phase, he may pay 1 investigation to move militia marker to any other space on the board. If there's a minion there, you may discard the militia and roll a d6 on a 3+, discard the minion as well, and gain the minion's victory reward, as though you defeated it in a fight. That's pretty good. His slogan is, "Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle." I'm sorry, try to come up with a pompous military British guy leader's voice. All right, and then we got the one we have played before is Eliza the Witch Hunter. She's a female. She's holy in nature. She's got a spirit of 3, 3 cunning, 2 combat. Honor of 2, so she's not incredibly honorable for someone who hunts witches, but maybe she has to at times step out of bounds to be able to accomplish her goals. Her abilities are she's a zealot, which is probably why the honor's low. May take a wound to gain +2 spirit, cunning, honor, or combat to a single test. Limit once per test. The wound may be assigned to a militia. Pretty good. That works pretty well with Captain Hawkins' abilities. Inquisition. Anytime she reveals a town elder secret, gain 4 investigation for every little secret or evil card revealed. Limit once per turn. That's pretty good. So she's going to be the one that wants to interrogate and understand our town elders and see what their secrets are. She's also a hunter, has +2 fight dice against ghosts, demons, or magic, which we both have, so that's okay. Her slogan is, just what are you trying to hide? She's an interesting character. Played her before. She's great. Okay, Argo Blackwell is our Master Hunter, is our last character. He is male, hunter, strange. Are his keywords. He's got a spirit of 2, cunning of 3, combat of 4, 3 health. Now, by the way, Eliza has 4 health, so she's a little tougher. She's a bit of a fighter. He has Gruff Outsider. Do not draw an event card for encountering a town space. That's a bummer. It's okay. On the Hunt for Evil. May draw an event card anytime he defeats a minion or does a hit to the villain outside of a showdown. That's where that recovers from then, and it actually could get him ahead. Now, in this cooperative version, our event cards will be communal. They can all use them interchangeably at need. Hunter, gain +2 fight dice against beasts, vampires, or ancient enemies, and it says his slogan is, "At last I have found you," and he's got 3 wounds. Those are our heroes, as you've seen on the screen. Now, of course, we have the elders, the town elders, the Lord and Lady Shadowbrook, Handbrook, who are the mayor and his wife in Shadowbrook. We have Magister Croft, who's the legal leader of the town and on the city council, also the town elder. We have Reverend Harding, who runs the church and is the religious leader of the town elders, and then of course the town doctor, Dr. Manning. And that's not all. We also have then the local midwife, Sophie. She is also a member of the town elders and council. And these people can be used and can help with our fight against the ghost. However, they can also turn evil and turn against us. So they might be part of the evil plot. Maybe they're. Of course, we know that there's some horrible secret around the Shadow Witch that the town elders know about that are covering up, I think. So, with that said, I'm not going to do a rules overview. There's a couple things that I have to do as the final bit of setup. Let's give everybody 2 investigation. That's what you start with. And so everybody's got that. I'm just going to get that onto the board. And then also we have to draw a layer card for each of the heroes per this particular villain. And so we will get that done as well. So I'll be right back, and we'll draw those layer cards. I just wanted to get them out. Actually, I don't have to be. I'm not going to pause the video. I'll just grab them right now. Where are layer cards? Here they are. Now, if I try to, I think I pulled out all the Tidewater ones, but if I didn't, we'll deal with that. And I'm just going to play these face up with the characters. We know what they are. It's okay. So for Sarah the Bright Witch, she has the monastery as her card. That's where her clues towards the Shadow Witch are. For Captain Hawkins, he has the church. That makes sense. It's close by too, and the cat's there. That's where the cat's starting. You know what I love about this game? Look how that played into the storyline. The Shadow Witch's evil cat is there at the church, and that's where Captain Hawkins will begin his search for the evil Shadow Witch. Next up, we have the Abandoned Keep. That's down in the bottom corner. That's okay. That's Eliza's card. She needs to look there. I'll do one more little cut. And then we have the Inn, which is on the Echo Lake board. The only one on the Echo Lake board has a card there, and that goes to Argo Blackwell, the Master Hunter. Now, let me see. I didn't look to see if they start anywhere unusual. I don't think so. No, they all start in the middle of town. I just thought maybe Argo Blackwell, because he's not popular in town and can't draw event cards while he's there, may have impacted him. All right, so we're going to get started. The first player token is going to Sarah the Bright Witch, and the way I'm playing is it goes from the first person, then goes to the right on the character. So it's going to be Sarah, Captain Hawkins, Eliza, and Argo. All right, well, let's get started. Now, I have a bunch of dice here. I'm going to take them out of the tray, but I do have. I can't remember where this tray came from. It came from a Kickstarter game I just got. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It could have been. It wasn't Oathsworn. It might have been Archives even. I'm not sure, but I got it from something. I can't remember. It was from one of the things I recently acquired. So anyway, we're going to put these dice aside. I don't need them in the bowl, because we're going to start rolling some movement dice and all that good stuff for our turns. And we're going to get started right now. Now, this is a storytelling game, so I hope you don't mind. I'm going to embellish on the story from time to time and just kind of tell you the story of what's happening. So right now, Sarah is in town. She does have she has a Echo Lake card, the monastery. She does know that she needs to look for some clues at the monastery, but that may not be her first start. She's already got a spirit of 4, so I'm not too concerned about that. A lot of it's going to depend on her roll. Let's see what she gets. She gets a 2, so she can't do much. I don't really want her to encounter the cat. This is where is she? This is Sarah's miniature right here. Sarah the Bright Witch. That is her mini. She is in the town hall. She has a 2 to move. What we could do, we don't have a lot of money. 2 is not a lot of money. We could just go and train up our cunning. Her cunning is only 2. It wouldn't hurt to do that. And I mean, with 2 movement, she can't get anywhere useful. So, and it's not a 1 would have at least gotten her event card. At least if she goes to the magistrate's office, she'll get an event card. So that's what she's going to do. She's going to move over here to the magistrate's office, where she is going to work with the magistrate and look through records on the town and trying to uncover some information about the Shadow Witch. Now, what that means for her is that she's going to roll her honor. First off, she gets to draw an event card. So we're going to do that first. I don't want to forget that part. And the event card stack is massive, by the way. And again, this is a community pool, so I'm just going to put them above the character cards, and we can use them at need. Let's draw one and see what we get. I think not. This is a very common one. I like this one. So play to cancel any event card. as it is played, or to cancel an event result on the villain's minion chart. Play to prevent one source from moving the shadow track, or play to cancel any layer card as it's played, because this can be played competitively, so there's always an option for that, but that's not how we're playing it. So she drew an I think not card, and then she's going to roll 5 dice, because, well, 4 dice, is it 4? 4 dice for her honor, to see if she can increase her her cunning. Now, that is going to require the cost of 2 investigation. Investigation is the currency here. It's basically gaining us knowledge and information and things that we can do to secure, to get better and be able to confront the Shadow Witch. So what we need to do there, just in case you don't remember, is we pay 2 investigation. We roll on a roll, 5 test. If we get 1 die that is 5 or more, then we're going to get to add a +1 to our cunning. So that will be great. Let's do it. We got, oh man, this feels like the start of the last game I did. I got 1 on the first attempt, but doesn't matter. All I needed was 1, so we succeed there. Let me get that token out, and we'll get a cunning marker on her. Here's what these look like, and I'm going to place this right on her character card to show that she has an additional cunning. And that is her entire turn. Now, we take all the characters' turns before we go into the mystery phase. So we're going to move on to Captain Hawkins. Captain Hawkins is wondering where Sarah has wandered off to. He knows, though, that he's got a different place to go at the church. And I don't know if I want to go there yet. I can't pay for it and get a clue right away. I mean, I can do it. He's got 2. He wouldn't be able to increase his... The problem is I want to increase his spirit because of the Shadow Witch's ability. You know, we got to get some additional investigation for him at some point. So let's roll a movement die. See, we get a 4. He can get to a corner location. I mean, the cat's at the church right now. I don't really want to go there right now anyway. But we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the abandoned keep, or to the windmill, or to the... I don't think... Yeah, we can make the crossroads as well, or actually the old woods. Not my favorite spot on the board. The abandoned keep has some good stuff, especially for someone who's a fighter. And anyway, this is his miniature. As you can see, he's a pompous soldier, noble soldier or something from the military. And I think we're going to go... He's going to go, I think I'll go off to this abandoned keep and see if I can find any equipment there. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He wanders through the darkness in the woods, across near these cornfields outside of Shadowbrook and between this creek right here, before he arrives at the abandoned keep. Now, what is he going to do there? Well, he's going to draw a card. This is the first location card of the game. This is pretty exciting. Now, in the rules, each character can hold, unless they have a special ability to do so, or another, like an event card or something that allows them to hold more. They can hold 1 card from each location, and then 3 cards from the town items deck that they can purchase. So that's those are the things that they can hold, and this is going to be the first one. It could be something other than an item. We'll see how this plays out. All right, what do we get? Well, it wasn't. Oh, this is perfect. So he goes through there. He's scrounging around in the old abandoned keep, finds an armory that has an old but still working musket, and he picks it up. It's an item. It's a gun. It adds +2 to his combat. You can see that this is an abandoned keep item, and it says over 6 foot long from butt to bayonet. That is his weapon. So now he is armed, and he had to pay nothing to do that other than visit that location and spend his turn there. That is going to mark the end of his turn. We'll just leave the dice bowl out for the moment, because we're going to now roll for Eliza, the witch hunter. This is Eliza's figure. I don't know if this is exactly her figure. It's the closest one I could think of. It's the only one with a cloak, so it's easy for me to identify because she clearly has a cloak on and some long like gun or rifle or something like that. Again, she's in the town hall. Now, I would like to get her spirit up a little more, but I'm avoiding that because of the cat. The cat's at the church right now. Cat's not cool. Let's see what she gets. A 2. So once again, not very helpful for us. She's already got a cunning of 3 as well. I could go attempt to get cunning. Now, she's only got an honor of 2, so she doesn't do as well in these situations. I don't have any purpose of going to the doctor's office. I could start her on a path heading down toward the abandoned keep, or some wasteful turn, not doing anything, but it could be valuable in the sense that she's heading down to get something done. Now, I got to remember, I forgot something important with... See, I got to remember and read these things as we go. I'll keep up as I go, but I forgot to give Sarah her 2 investigation at the start of each of her turns. So since she already went, she does the 2. She spent 2, but she gained 2, so she still has 2. And I'm just looking at Eliza's cards. I don't think that she gets anything in particular. Oh, she gets to look at. Gains 4 investigation for every little secret she finds with a town elder. She could immediately start investigating the town elders, since she's there. If I stay in the town, I don't want to linger though. Draw 2 event cards. No, we're going to move for sure. We're going to move. So she is going to. I guess she'll go to visit. She'll go with Sarah, the witch and the witch hunter. Interesting. Are going to the magistrate's office, where she will then spend her 2 investigation to attempt to raise her cunning. I mean, why not? More stuff is better. It's just the way it is. So let's see. Now, she's only got 2 dice, unfortunately, so we'll see if she gets lucky. Wow, she rolled double 6s. I wish that was a combat roll, but it wasn't. However, she does get an additional cunning. This is not a bad start. Now, the first part of the game is kind of just run around grabbing stuff as much as you can. And so we're going to give a +1 cunning token. These are double-sided, so you see spirit on one side, cunning on the other. She now has a +1 cunning token on her board. Good for her. And that's going to be the end of her turn. So last but not least, we have Argo Blackwell, the Master Hunter. Now it says he doesn't draw... Oh, you know what? I forgot to draw her event card. Let's grab an event card and see what she got. Leading questions. Play as an action to gain D3 investigation. What's the card actually say? It's you, isn't it? You're a servant of darkness, aren't you? Admit it! Well, hopefully we don't have to do that. But anyway, let's go with Argo. Now, he cannot gain the event cards in town. But let's roll and see if he can get to a corner location, because that would be ideal for him. Okay, let's go. A 3 is not quite going to make it. But... Again, he doesn't need cunning. We need spirit. We need to go to the church. I think he's going to go, well, he can go 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of his turn. He's heading down to the abandoned keep. He's skulking and hiding and following Captain Hawkins, because he doesn't quite trust Captain Hawkins yet. But he does see Captain Hawkins come out with a musket in hand and loading it and dusting it off and cleaning it up and finding the ammo that goes with it. And it looks like now he sees that Hawkins has a weapon. That's pretty cool. But that marks the end of our players' turns, which means we're going to go into the bad times, the chaos times. The first thing that we do when we are in the mystery phase is we're going to roll on the advanced cooperative mystery chart. Now, you don't have to do that. You can just draw a mystery card, but I don't see the value in not doing it. I also want to check the Shadow Witch, make sure there's nothing we have to do at the start of her turn. Let's do this. Okay, so here is our advanced mystery chart. Get my phone out the way. It's not useful there. I was taking pictures. Okay, so advanced mystery chart. Let's see. Do I have to do anything with her first? Spectre. No, I don't. Revenge. On the trail of evil. No, I don't have to worry about that. The guilty shall pay. Anytime mystery murder cards comes up. Okay. Oh, Solomon. At the start of the game, place we did that. At the start of each mystery phase, draw a random location. Okay, so we're going to draw a random location and first move Solomon. So what's that location going to be? Let's see what we get here. It's going to be in the doctor's office. So the cat has moved down to the doctor's office. You'll see that on the board. Don't think I need to show you right now. It's right next to the church, which means the cat's just wandering around town at this moment. Okay, now we're going to actually roll on our advanced mystery phase chart. This is a 2d6 roll. I'll just put that right here. We can roll it. We got a 5. A 5 is Darkness Falls. Let's see what that does for us. Darkness Falls. The shadow track immediately moves D3 steps closer to darkness. The heroes may collectively take 5 wounds and divide these to prevent this. No hero may take more wounds than they have. But we have something for this, don't we? Play to prevent one source from moving the shadow track. Boom. Done. That is a discarded card, but it was well worth it. We got to avoid the Darkness Falls. Now, though, we are going to draw a mystery card. Look at that crazy stack of mystery cards. Wow, it's insane. By the way, I know you can probably see my card holders up there, the Hold It Game Card Organizers by Innovatium. You can find those on Amazon. By the way, just look for Hold It Game Card Organizer. You'll find them. They're still there. You can actually customize the front. They have some different things. I didn't bother, but you can put different things on it. on the front of it. Not customized to a game or anything, but just there's some options. All right, we are going to draw a mystery card from the deck. Now, there are some that are from different sets, so the colors are slightly off. That's a little disappointing, but frankly, there's so many, I don't remember. I couldn't catalog them in my brain to the best of my ability. So anyway, just doing a quick shuffle on these, and we won't do that one. Let's see. Okay, let's put this down. We'll cut it one more time, and we'll draw a card. What do we get? The Order's Influence. Play this card on Lady Handbrook. While she is alive, any hero ending their movement in a corner location must roll a d6. On a roll of 1 or 2, they are attacked by the Order of the Crimson Hand. If she is dead or join the villain, discard this card and move the shadow track one step closer to darkness. So we know that the Lady Handbrook is part of an evil that remains in play, by the way, which affects the abilities of the Shadow Witch as well. But that shows that she is working with the Crimson Hand. If we have to fight the Crimson Hand, I'll show you what that looks like. But since that can happen at a corner location, there is a very good likelihood we will be fighting the Crimson Hand as long as Lady Handbrook is alive and kicking. So, not only do we have to deal with a Shadow Witch, but one of the nobles of the town elders, is in league with a terrible cult called the Crimson Hand, which is, by the way, permeates many of the Flying Frog games, from Fortune and Glory to Touch of Evil to Shadows of Brimstone. I think it might be in some other things. I don't know, but it's definitely in everything. The Order of the Crimson Hand, and we are going to be dealing with them here. It looks like now. So that wraps up a full turn of Shadows of Brimstone. A Touch of Evil. Now, in this episode, I think because we went over a bunch of rules explanations, we won't go any further today. But in the next episode, I will probably do many turns because I would like to play more than one thing for the October season. Now, this game can get really lengthy, so we'll just be prepared for that. Like, some of the episodes might be rather long. I hope you stick with me. This is a fun game. It really weaves a great tale of mystery and adventure, in my mind. This is a great game. I love this game. It's crazy. It's simple. It's also fiddly. It's got all the trademarks of some games you might not like. But you know what? At the end of the day, the game itself is so fun. And I love storytelling games. And this tells a wild story at the end of the day. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope that you'll stick with me. Please make some comments. Let me know what you think of the A Touch of Evil game. Let me know if you have it. Let me know if you're playing it for the October season to play a horror game on your table. And I highly recommend, if you can get to it, I don't know what the availability is, but the 10th edition, or the 10th anniversary edition, holds almost everything except for tokens. And there's lots of tokens in the game. So I have 2 of these, and I keep them in one of the other boxes, just the base Touch of Evil game box, where I keep all these 2 things with the tokens in them. And also extra dice and other stuff like that. Just tons of tokens and miniatures and everything else that goes with the game. There's quite a bit. Especially if you've collected all 3 major expansions and a bunch of the card expansions. So before I go, I might talk about some of the expansions I did have in the game. Like, I do have, that's the Epic Villain stuff. I was trying to see if I could tell you what extra stuff I did keep in the game. I think I have these cards somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. I have the Madness deck. I do have that game supplement, and it shows you what's in it. That is in here. I have a additional town, I think it's a town item deck that gives us, you can tell, it has different colors. There's some different town items in there that we can acquire. And there's a couple of things. I think a bunch of here's some additional stuff that I did here. We got the hero upgrades, which I do have available right here. And there is a way to get those. Now, here's the rules on these. So we'll talk about this before we go. There are 24 hero upgrades. As an action during their turn, a hero may pay 10 investigation, discard 1 event card to level up. If they level up, they can gain one of these cool abilities. You can see there's one for every character. So there's Inspector Cooks, there's Eliza, there's Captain Hawkins. Let's see if we can find our other characters. We have, there's Argo Blackwell, and last but not least, Sarah. So we can get some good stuff there. by doing those upgrades as well. And that is a thing that we can do. I'm going to keep this on the board so I don't forget it. I want to keep it somewhere where I won't forget the upgrade card. And then again, there's some other little upgrades in here, card upgrades and things like that. So we're going to be playing with the kitchen sink, basically, with the exception of Tidewater, which adds a whole other board, different elders and different cards and locations. But we'll talk to you the next one. Sorry, guys, I added a little bit onto the end there. Hope you stuck with that as well. Please let me know, and I'll talk to you in the next episode of A Touch of Evil 2023 October version. Bye for now.